everybody. I am Tools of Thought. Today is September 21st, 2022. I hope you're all doing well. It's been quite a while since I was able to go live. So I apologize about that. But, you know, some of us work, some of us have real life that we're trying to deal with. So even though I have not been here doing videos and whatnot, I have been keeping up with all the information related to the Kiely Rodni investigation, and so I've got a little bit of information that I wanted to put out there. So welcome, Maine Girl. How are you? Hi, Tennessee. Good to see you. Hey, Gearhead. Good to have you here. Makeup with Jackie. Welcome. Hey, Mississippi. And Sundown Farms. Welcome. Okay, so I know that the title of this live is a bit inflammatory, if you will, but it's an opinion that I have, and it's not an opinion that is without consideration and full review of the available facts that we have. Now, what I always do when I kind of get into one of these cases and I'm completely immersed in it, I consider the overall picture, and I listen to other YouTubers. I love Zab Girl and Plunder, and I want to listen to their perspective on things as well as my own, because it can often highlight where I may be misjudging something. They may help me see where maybe I'm not considering a fact or a factor that should have more merit. And so after I kind of go through this whole picture of people claiming comments, but there's no verification that they're even really involved, like a Chronicles of Olivia right now. She claims that she is in communication with two Truckee residents, teens or partygoers, and they give their ideas and opinions about that night. They apparently these two teens have not spoken to anybody else, but we have no reason really to believe that they aren't being honest about who they are. But they're still not verified information, correct? So I listened to all of it. And then, just like what I did with Chris Watts, then I go back to, what do we know is actual fact? Now, we would assume, maybe it's foolish, but we would assume that the things that were said by law enforcement would be fact. And I'm here to tell you that that's just not the case in this situation. They have said things simply were inaccurate. We know facts based on things that were recorded that we can view with our own eyes. And so I break it down. I'm pretty methodical. I look at all of it with the eyewitness accounts and people claiming that they're in conversation with people. Then I look at what law enforcement has actually said, or videos where we can actually see what's going on at the time. And then I walk away from it and try to have a good handle between what we know happened compared to what others think may happen compared to what I think. And I've got to tell you, this situation with Kiely Rodni, it's just not good where law enforcement is concerned. Now, there are people on YouTube who they claim that they've been in contact with the police, the Nevada County Sheriff's Department, and they have a public information officer, Andrew is his name, and that the sheriff's department said this, or the sheriff's department said that, or the sheriff's department did this, or the sheriff's department did that. And I'm going to tell you, they ain't talking at all, right? Even now, I literally have been on the phone with them and with the public information officer. And even things that are verified fact. Okay? I'm talking about things that are fact. It is like speaking to a robot. We are not commenting on speculation from online. I'm like, wait a minute. Are you denied? Well, I think my first question, I took notes, but I asked, I said, are you aware of video on the internet? Are you aware of eyewitness reports about your deputy? Are you aware of this phone call that was made to the sheriff's department and you guys were unresponsive? These are facts. The questions that I laid out they are fact. And each answer was suggesting that this was speculation and that they're not going to respond to speculation and opinion. And they're waiting for a cause of death. That's, Now, this wasn't a automated repeating the same answer over and over and over. It was actual conversation that was, it's speculation. It's wild speculation, and we're not commenting. These are just people who don't know what they're talking about. And I said, are you aware of video of Kiely's laptop at the bottom of the reservoir? We are not responding to speculation, but it's fact. There's video of the laptop on the floor of the reservoir. There is the grandfather, the factual grandfather, holding the laptop saying, this is Kiely's laptop. There's video. Are you aware? Oh, well, we are not. There's all kinds of speculation, and we're just not gonna do that. We're conducting our own investigation. And I said, oh, well, so when you turn a car over and the contents, including addresses, fall out onto the floor of the reservoir and stay there for weeks, are those items that came from her car, are they part of the investigation? That was one of the questions I asked. Well, we are conducting our own investigation, and we are not responding to speculation. And I said specifically, the items that were videoed by Adventures with Purpose, items that were in the car that were now dumped out when you rolled the car over, and they were left on the floor of the reservoir that a citizen came by and picked up. Are those items considered part of your investigation? Yeah, well, we don't know. We are conducting our own investigation, and we are focusing on cause of death, and that's it. We won't have a statement until we have cause of death. So I don't know. This was the public information officer. He is not giving any information, and he damn sure never said that they would be putting out information in November or December or January. Nothing. Zero. And he got aggressive and he got angry. The questions that I was asking him were specific to, what do you consider to be part of the investigation? That question made him very angry. It really appears that the only investigation that the Nevada County Sheriff's Department is doing is the autopsy and toxicology. I believe that in my heart. I asked them if there was information on the Sheriff's Department itself, if protocol was broken in the disappearance and investigation of Kiely Rodni. His response was, I quote, "We are not responding to speculation on social media." I said, "Sir, I'm asking if internally there is awareness, recognition, discussion that someone in the chain of command, the chain of evidence for the car and its contents, if protocol was broken, did someone drop the ball?" Again, he called that speculation. I'm going to ask you guys this question as intelligent human beings. Since when does a question related to facts be named speculation? Can anybody explain that to me? To ask the public information officer, was protocol broken? Did someone drop the chain of evidence? Was someone supposed to go back into the water, the divers, supposed to go back into the water to recover the lost contents? Every bit of that was speculation, 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 speculation. The fix is in. I believe it. The fix is in. This is Kiely Rodni's grandfather, and you can see the whole clip on Check It TV. This is a video that was done by Check It TV. This is the paddle boarder that goes down to the floor of the reservoir and recovered Kiely's items that this officer, Andrew, was calling speculation.
Now, once again, how did law enforcement miss it again?
I don't know. I documented it. So just to let you know, I did go out my 65, 70 feet minus.
All right. That is a man. I'm talking about Kiely's grandfather. That is a man who is educated, intelligent, and he understands what's going on. Now, I want to address this comment that there is honor in silence. And this is no disrespect against Kiely's mother. None. This is in honor of Kiely's life as a human being. Silence in this situation is not honor. It's not honorable. Silence is disturbing in a situation where law enforcement overlooks an entire car, absolutely shows zero interest in the objects at the bottom of the reservoir, exactly where the car was located, and then proceeds to tell people, the public, that the facts of this case are really speculation. No, There's not honor in silence. There is crime in silence. This is the kind of thing that should be shouted from the rooftops. Something is wrong. Something is very uncomfortable and curious. There is something very, very unusual about Xana May's involvement. I don't know what it is. It's not my job to know what it is. But I'm intelligent. And there are some very uncomfortable coincidences and curiosities where Xana May is concerned. And there are some downright troubling lack of responsibility and sweeping over the evidence that has been done by Nevada County Sheriff's Department. And I specifically asked, is Sam Brown in charge of this investigation? And the answer that I got was Captain Sam Brown is overseeing the investigation. Well, that makes it even worse, because when you add on that label, Captain, that makes people think that there is some excellence involved in his position. People need to demand accountability for Kiely. Whomever did this must answer for it. That is it. How many other girls come after Kiely? If whoever did this to Kiely isn't forced to take responsibility, then how many other girls later on, maybe next year, maybe 5 years from now, who else gets damaged by the person that hurt Kiely? That's my big question. Doesn't matter if it was your child. It doesn't matter if it was your friend's child. Sooner or later, they will hurt again.